What's up, everybody? Welcome to another day and another episode of Amateur Pool. So today we're going to do a little pattern play. I haven't done one of these in a while, but I've had a lot of comments asking me to do them again. Keep in mind though, guys, I'm no professional, man. I'm an amateur. Some days I'm not even a very good amateur, but I'm going to talk the way that I would play the patterns out. If you guys see something different, let me know in the comments because that's how we all learn, right? Including myself. Let's rack them, break them, and get into it. All right, guys, I'm going to start with a center ball break. Well, not center. I'm going to move it off to the side a little bit. I'm going to hit the 5 ball as square as possible. And I'd like to ultimately put just a smidge of follow on it so the cue ball kind of jumps, lands in this area, and then the follow kind of stops the cue ball. Very rarely do my center ball breaks work out exactly like that. Because I normally used to always break from the side on a 8-ball rack on a small table, but I've been doing more head ball break lately, so we'll see how it turns out, guys, but that's my goal. Yep, the ball didn't stop. I didn't have enough follow on it, but it still turned out to be a pretty okay break, you know. It's not the best break in the world. There's a little problem here with the 3, 11, and 15. A little problem down there with the 14 and 4, but the 13 is so close, if you're stripes, that isn't much of a problem. Plus, I think the 14 goes here anyway. Yeah, the 14 goes in this pocket. The 4 goes in this pocket too, so that's not really an issue. If we do decide stripes, then this 11, 15 is going to be the biggest issue. Because we have the 9 here. We could shoot the 9 from basically where we're at now, drift right to here on the 13, or even to here. Shoot the 13 over there and just let the cue ball drift here for the 14. So really, our main concern with stripes is the 11, 15. Now with solids, the 4 ball goes here. All we got to do is get down into here somewhere. The 4 ball goes. The 3 ball's tough. The 1 ball's tough right now, but when you deal with the 3 ball, the 1 ball's easy after that. So I think realistically I want solids here. Because this problem is easier for me to solve right now in my mind than with the solids than the stripes. So, and the reason being is my opening shot. I see a solution for it right off the bat. If I could shoot the 7 into this side pocket with a little draw and a little right spin, I can come down into here. If I overhit it and knock the 3 out, that's still okay. So that's the only reason I'm going with solids is because I see the solution to the problem easier. It seems like an easier solution than the stripes. So we're going to do exactly that. We're going to start with the 7 and try to get down into here for the 1 or the 3. Because the 3 will go in that side pocket there. So let's see if we can make it. Nope, I didn't get nearly enough draw or center, but I'm going to try the exact same shot again, except using the 5 ball this time. Exact same shot again. This one is a little less draw. It's more of a stun because it's more of a full angle. So I'm not going to draw it really because I could scratch or I could actually draw it into here. I'm going to try to stun straight up with right spin. Same shot though as last time. I got 2 tries at it. Oh, close, but still no cigar. I might have actually made it worse, to be honest with you. I might have made it worse. But when these pattern plays, when I do these, I never try to play safety, right? Because the whole goal is to look at a run out pattern. Safety play is a whole different animal. In a real game, I would play safety on this shot 1,000,000%. I would shoot the 1 up here and stun the cue ball up against the 15. But that's not what we're here for. We're here for looking at patterns, and I messed this pattern up. I think I might be able to cut the 6, but I'm not 100% certain on that. Seems like a very difficult shot. It's kind of an over 90. I think more than likely I'm going to shoot it into that point, and then the ball's not going to drop. My only other option is a bank on the 2. And honestly, if I do make this bank on the 2, I've got a good chance of coming back into the 1-3 because that's still my goal here. If I'm going to run out is to get rid of the 1-3 problem. And if I can do that, I've got a good option to get out. So what I'm going to do, because I'm running out of time to do it, I'm making all my balls. I'm going to bank this 2 over to here. I'm going to try to bank the 2 over to here. And I'm going to use right spin So if I hit the ball here, my right spin should come up this way and then right into these balls. That's the goal. Let's see if we can do it. That's much better, eh? Oh yeah there, eh? Don't you know? Oh yeah there, don't you know? Now I've got the 3 ball here that I can use to try to get on the 4. I could definitely make the 6 ball now. I might be able to make the 1, but that's not a shot I want to shoot from here because it's too close to that 15. Too much can go wrong if I try to cut that 1 up right now. So I think my best shot is the 6. So where do I want to go from here? Well, ultimately the first thing that pops into my mind is straight left and bring it down this angle, hit this rail, and come up this way. I would like to try to get the 4, but if I run too far, I can always shoot the 3 or the 1. So that's why I like this shot the best, with left spin. What I don't want to do is run into the 13, 14. I want to make sure I put enough left to go behind those balls. Well, that's pretty okay if you ask me. I kind of want to shoot the 3 next, but I'm on the rail. And I don't want to use follow because I'll be in a tough spot. I've got to shoot the 3 and still shape the 4. Let me see what I can do. If I shoot the 4 first, I'm limited on what I can do with the cue ball because I can only use top. So I have to either use top left or top right. Top left, I can probably get enough to maybe come back this way, but I doubt it, and it's a tough shot. If I use top right, I can get up this way, but where does that lead me? What shot does that lead me to? Not much. So I think my options are either I might be able to throw this 1 in with a draw shot, which will bump the 15, and the cue ball would stop here for the 3. Problem is, I don't necessarily think I'm going to get the straight shot that I need or this angle. I think I'm going to end up on this angle, which when I shoot the 3 is going to lead the cue ball away from the 4. So I don't think I want to shoot that just yet. I think I want to shoot the 3 first and try to just bite the bullet, jack my stick up, and just hit it soft enough to let the cue ball drift over to here. That's my goal, but this shot is tough, and I really don't want to shoot it, but I think it's my best shot. That worked out better than planned, or just as good as planned. All right, so now I want to make sure I get the shot on the 1, and I want to make sure I have the angle on the 1 so I can just draw back a little for the 8, or if I can come off the rail for the 8. Even if I get this angle and I run into the 15, I should still have a shot at the 8. It's just going to be a little bit tougher. So really, I just need to make sure I come off the rail down here when I shoot the 4 and head straight towards that 1. Not a whole lot can go wrong except for missing the shot. So I'm going to use top with a little bit of left spin here. Well, quite a bit of left spin. You guys could probably see on camera. Oh, that was worst case scenario. I needed more left spin, man. That was worst case scenario. And that's what happens at my skill level a lot. You know, I see the run out, I can execute the run out, but I always make a stupid mistake like I just did there. That prevents it, man. Welcome to the life of an amateur. So now let's look and see if we can salvage this run out in any way possible. I'll tell you right now, I'm not seeing much of a way to salvage it. The 8 ball will not go up there. It will still go here, but how do I get there with the 1 and the 15 where they are? Maybe, just maybe, I could play the 8 off of the 13 over into this pocket. But I don't think so. The way they're lined up, I think the 8 will go here. I think the 8 will go right there. I don't think it'll go into that pocket. So, what do we do, man? What do we do? This is one of those situations you really just don't know. Like, I really don't know. I'm sure other people know, but I have no idea what to do here. In a real game, I'd probably call a safety, play a dead stop shot on this 1, and hopefully I marry up to the 15. But even that's a losing shot because my opponent's going to have 5 balls on the table. I'm going to be on the 8. He's just going to keep playing rope-a-dope, hooky-doo, and play safety on me until he has a shot, or she. So I've got to try to do something here. I just don't know what, you know. I really don't know what I can do. My instinct is telling me just to make the one and draw back over into here, and maybe I can do something. But I really, the more I look at it logically, I don't see if there's nothing I can do. If I get down here, there is one small chance at a bank on the 8. If I can make the 8 bank over here, that's the one small chance I see here. And it's really all I have. So I'll take a small chance over no chance. I'm going to do it this way. Let me know in the comments if you see a better way. Yeah, you got to make the shot though, you know? You got to make the shot. All right, so let's switch gears. Let's pretend we're playing ourselves and we're going to run the stripes, which is going to be a little easier than obviously it was for the solids because now the table's wide open. So I'm going to get rid of this problem right off the bat. I'm going to shoot the 14 and draw into this. And I want to make sure I hit it firm enough to create separation so my cue ball doesn't end up right on the 8. But I also don't want to hit it too hard to where the 8 ball goes flying around the table and I risk losing the game. So I'm going to hit this with a medium stroke with draw and bump into those. My assumption is I'm going to hit them right about here. They're going to split this way and I'm going to end up with a shot at the 9. That's my guess here. That works. All right, so now I got to figure out this 11-15. That's my next toughest balls. I always, in my mind when I'm playing 8 ball, I always look at my toughest balls first, and then I figure out how I can make them less tough or how I can shape them, and then I go from there. And that's a good rule of thumb when playing this game. So right now, I think I actually have an opportunity to stun the cue ball over here. So let me see if that helps me. It doesn't. If I stun further off the rail and back up into here, that helps me. But that's a tougher shot. So let's reevaluate. Let's reevaluate. So I can shoot the 13 first. Does that help me? Not a ton, because a stun's going to take me into the 9 and top's going to take me more this way. So I don't see that helping me. I think what I need to do is shoot the 9 and get myself a shape on the 13 that can allow me to get around either here. Yeah, I guess here's really the only place I can be to make those. It's kind of weird. Well, if I get up here, I can make the 15 or the 11 there. So really, I just need to be on this side of it, and I need to be careful of that 1 ball. So if I shoot the 9 with follow, and I end up with this angle on the 13, I think I can use top with right spin and maybe come up this way, or I can use straight right spin and come up this way. That's really all I got, man. What looked like a simple run out, the more you think about it, this is what's fun about this game of pool. Like it's a game of millimeters, really. All right, I got that shape I needed. Now I need straight right. I want to put a little bit of top because I don't want the tangent line to go into that pocket. I need the top to hit here. Then the right's going to come over here, and then the cue ball should travel on this line, is what I'm hopeful for. Now, does it always work that way? No. A lot of times it works better in my mind than it does on the table, but that's what I'm hoping for. Just a little bit of top and quite a bit of right. Smooth stroke. You don't want to punch this shot. But you want to make it, you know? You want to make sure you make it. I would have been good too. I would have had this shot on the 15, and then that shot on the 11 when I took my time would have been easy. But yeah, guys, so that's the reality of it, right? We're amateurs, so we don't always run out. But I'm hoping that at least the thought process of how I look at the table can maybe help somebody. And again, I'm hoping some of you guys can comment and tell me maybe where you saw I could have done better. You know what I mean? Because we'll help each other out. So until next time, guys, I appreciate you hanging out. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for hitting 30,000 subscribers, guys. That's crazy. When I first started this, I never would have thought, man. You guys are the best. If you want short rail merch, that link's in the description. Thanks so much. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.